Hello Capsuleer, my name is Gildy and welcome to EVE Online.
In today's video, I will talk about a very important use for the bookmarks in areas you might travel a lot, especially the ones on the more dangerous side. Let's jump right into it. Low and null security systems, so less than 0.5 security is low sec, and then 0.0 and below is the null sec systems. They might have a number of people being so bored that they will sit on gates for hours on end and camp them, looking for people running slow transport ships or not paying attention. They will jump on every opportunity of a kill, so being able to check what is going on around the gate to then make the decision to warp off or warp to gate, and if doing so, warp from a direction they might not expect you to, is a great advantage, especially if they are using smart bombs. What are smart bombs, you might ask? It is an area of effect weapon, which, if put in enough number on a cruiser or battleship, can kill very squishy targets such as capsules, shuttles, or some frigates even before you land and start the gate-taking animation. A common way smart bombs are used is to keep constantly smart bombing ships on a gate while logistic ships out-rep gate guns in low sec or sit in a dead space spot between two gates and smart bomb away, hoping to get juicy capsule kills or shuttles that might be used to transport high-value blueprints or skill injectors while warping directly between two gates. Yes, you can be smart bombed and killed while warping through the system if it is timed correctly. A great example of this can be Ahbazon system, low-sec choke point shortcut between Jita and Amar, two biggest trade hubs, which is basically permanently camped. Nullsec also has a danger of having warp disruption bubbles on gates, which instead of allowing you to land on the gate, will keep you on the edge of the bubble, usually with a canister in the rough spot where they predict you will be coming from to decloak any explorers or blockade runners. Right now on screen, you can see how one of the three types of bubbles look like: deployable interdictor bubbles. There are also heavy interdictors that can make them, becoming the center of a bubble, and also there are anchorable ones, which are personal structures like mobile tractor units or mobile depots, but that's a topic for a different video. Another use of bubbles is to make a drag bubble, which will drag you from usually around 100 kilometers, so you cannot warp back to the gate immediately, even if you'd get out of the bubble, but they can be deployed up to 500 kilometers from the destination of your warp. This is behind the gate usually, where enemies will wait to decloak and shoot you after the bubble has dragged you behind there, while you do not have the option to warp back to the gate itself immediately. How do you counter that then? For areas that you travel a lot, it's good to take into consideration preparing yourself Perches or gate check bookmarks, which will be over 150 kilometers away, preferably 200 or 300 kilometers away from said gate. This does basically two things for you. First of all, you approach the gate from a different angle when warping to it, which prevents you from being caught by the drag bubble, as you need to be warping within the radius of the bubble itself to get caught by it. And secondly, if a perch is made well, so it is placed a little bit behind the gate and to the side of it, then if you are warping from the bookmark into the gate itself, any people camping it with smart bombs will likely not reach you with the damage of said bombs. How do you then make such a spot? You can see the little presentation on the screen right now. Simply take a gate to the system you want a perch on. If everything is clear on the grid with you, go ahead and start burning away. A ship such as an interceptor might be great for systems that are empty, and if you don't fear getting caught right away, but for more busy systems, you can warp to a random celestial and then back at the gate at around 10 kilometers, engage micro warp drive and cloak, and just slow boat there, maybe uncloaking and hitting micro warp drive again every once in a while if there is no one on grid with you. For this application, the T2 exploration frigates such as Cheetah and Helios are great as they have bonus to movement speed under cloak. Keep burning until you get over 150 kilometers away from the gate, bookmark the location and move on to the next gate you might need to have a perch on. Some common places where you might want to have gate checks include low sec to high sec gates, as they can be often camped. Ahbazon system, if you are trying to cut corners on your travels between Jita and Amar. Tama, being one of the low sec PvP hubs next to Jita, if you want to dip your toes in that area. Any low sec / null sec area where you scan regularly and or travel a lot. And lastly, if your corporation is war eligible, all gates up to 3 or 4 jumps from your headquarters in case you get war decked. If you enjoyed the video, consider clicking the like button, leave a comment and subscribe to see my future uploads. And if we never see each other again in Space Capsule, fly safe.